Good evening, friends, and hello from Ukraine. Welcome to update the day 256 of the war, where Russia is openly as aggressor trying to destroy our country, my country, and occupy our territory and destroy our history, language, the past, and our sovereignty. And we stay strong, we fight, and we're trying to do our best, and we will win, for sure, with all the people who is supporting us and staying with us. So I will start from the news. So as probably you know, the Black Sea is under control of Russian fleet. They occupied it for this moment and having control on the Black Sea. This moment, there are 7 military ships are on the duty there, and what is a good sign that no one of these ship which is active is a missile carrier, the caliber missiles carrier, which it means usually they had a lot of ships which is ready, and they were attacking Ukraine with that missiles, caliber missiles. At this moment, why? Because after the last one situation, when there were attack on their military ships in Crimea, they were destroying our houses and they were launching the missiles, caliber missiles, and they were attacked, and some of those military ships were destroyed. And this is a good sign that this moment no one are having the threat with the launching the caliber missiles, which is it's a good sign. So the next news is, according the words of President Zelensky today's speech, at this moment in our country, in Ukraine, about 4.5 millions of people have no electricity. This is a result of attacks of Russia on Ukrainian energy infrastructure. And our guys doing the best, trying to restore everything. But in reality, more than 4.5 millions of customers have no electricity at this moment. And I was with the Pastor Greg in one of those places where people have no electricity and no water supply, the central water supply, since May 23. It was on that moment, it was more than 4 months people were staying like that, because this place were under Russia, close to the Russian control territory, and because of the possible shellings, they had no electricity. But at this moment it was restored, but still there is a lot of territories which is not possible to restore for our guys yet. One more number, 1,100 of what? The medical institutions in Ukraine, hospitals, clinics, kids hospitals, the center of diagnostic and so on, were destroyed by Russian army, by Russian weapon, by Russian aggression. 1,100 medical, places, institutions, hospitals. Think about that. And this is the way Russia is fighting. I believe the world needs to know it. I believe it's so important to share that this is what's going on in Ukraine. This is what's going on right now. New hospitals, new places with people there are being shelled, being attacked by drones, by missiles, by artillery. This is aggression, this is a war. Between news from Ukraine, one more number, it's 90%. 90% of all the taxes in the year 2023 will be directed or will be spent in our country for army and for the security system. of the country. So 90% we will pay and we will direct to army. We will spend on our army. This, what it means, economic work for the war, for the fighting against the aggressor, to staying strong. It is probably the same in all the countries, how the government using the mass media, the main central TV channels, news channels, the websites. So, an example what Russia is, how it's using, it's the same. And on a lot of channels, the main thing, they were an example, they were giving an example for the young generation, for the youth, with the story, how the girl with the family name Morozova from Balashikha, she informed the military administration and the police about her father, that the father, he didn't want to be recruited to fight against Ukrainians. He didn't want to be immobilized and being taken to kill people on the territory of Ukraine, which is what doing the Russian army now. And so this girl, the daughter of his father, she decided the best thing she can help to her father is to inform that, hey, my father is like, he's hiding, he doesn't want to go to the war. So this story, Russia made it popular there. Look at this, take the example of that girl. And Shoigu, you know Shoigu? He gave an award to her. And for what? For betrayal of the father. And this is the culture they want to have in Russia, between youth, between people. This is why they made a picture, the one you can see, and they were publishing it. So, and let's go to Kherson, the Kherson in focus. Looks like the occupants are they're preparing for defending the right side, the bank of the river, Dnipro River, and they're building their fortifications and preparing it. You can see the pictures. And yes, their idea of creating the picture that the Kherson is easy place to take. It's our guys understood, and they are not so stupid. Our guys, they can read it and they aware what's going on. The next, Kherson area, Berislav place. At first, the Russian occupants are destroyed, and with the explosives, it was exploded, the main electric lines in that area. Why? And they said, it was like posted, they informed the citizens there that you have to leave this area with no negotiations, with no options, with no option to stay. You have to leave the Berislav, because they explaining it until, they said you have to leave it until November 10, and they did explain why we forcing you there. To do it. Why are we taking you out? And because of the care, because there is an information that probably Ukraine is gonna hit the dump, Nova Kakhovka dump, and it will be the serious situation and the threat in here, and so on and so on. And I think the reality is that they know that probably Kherson, for them, they will need to leave it, because they will not stay there. It's not possible for them to stand against of Ukrainian army there. With the time, I think our guys doing step by step the south direction. Our guys fights really, I mean, successfully, and I think the next couple of days we will hear about the result. So it's they announcing that probably Ukraine is about to strike the dam, the water dam there, the river dam. And the same thing Al Jazeera already posted that, hey, and not just they posted it like this, that American missile launched by Ukrainian hit Kherson Khahovka dam. Why they doing it? I think the Russia is trying to prepare people for that scenario, which means they will need some explanation why they're leaving the territory. They were telling everywhere that we are proud of that trophy. We proud that this is our place, this is our city, we will never leave this place. And for explanation, I'm giving that kind of, well, we have explanation, we have these excuses. I mean, like explanation why we live to this, because if they will explode, I mean, blow up the dam, and it will lead to catastrophic situation there. I mean, terrible situation with the flood, everything. They will be explaining, though, we had to leave because it's not that our army are losing. No, because our Ukrainians are crazy and they are, I mean, blowing up electric stations and the water dams and blah blah blah. So the situation there, I mean, really serious in Kherson. So the next news about Kherson, which is today is in our focus. This is marauding. What is it? We were sharing with you the situation in the previous days, that what's going on, that the Russian occupants are stealing everything and taking out of that area to Russia everything. And what's going on, and I want to show the video. It was taking this video, it was like recorded by local people, and they sharing what's going on when this is the building of administration, the city administration. And when the military guys were leaving, right after them, because they're losing control in the city, the marauders, and I mean the thieves. And this is what she says, that yesterday in that place everything were okay. I mean, the previous days were, I mean, when occupants being in these rooms and cabinets. And in this moment, she said that when immediately they left, the control, let's say the safety they have, the control they have, this is, you can see what's going on. Everything, I mean, like destroyed, smashed there, and what was possible to steal, it was stolen. And so you can think about that. That's what kind of atmosphere there. What else? What kind of things Russian army and Russian occupants are, I mean, stealing and taking out of the Kherson? Okay, we were telling about the equipment for the cell, I mean, from the cell towers, and they basically, I mean, pulling it down, I mean, like different ways, just cutting them off and taking all the equipment down. Then we were sharing that they were taking all the monuments, all the museums, important, I mean, the stuff with the values. Then a lot of archaeological items, a lot of from museums, and then the medical equipment, you remember. What else? what else is, look at this video. This is the part, and it's confirmed. They evacuating, like they calling it evacuation of the kids. So what they're taking it there, I mean, from Kherson. Yeah, you're right. It's most important and strategic thing. It's children's like amusement park train. I mean, this train can, I mean, usually in Ukraine, in nice places, these resort cities with the sea access and with the was a nice sea beaches. So this kind of trains are staying there and taking, I mean, making it fun for kids, and the kids are riding on it, and it's like, it's fun. So Russia is taking it all. You may think and you may just imagine in what condition Kherson will stay in the, I mean, next couple days. This is the Russian world, Russian peace they bring to new territories, because they are so peaceful nation. They wishes the best to all the people, and this is what kind of culture they bring, what kind of freedom and they bring. This is how, I mean, what kind of, I mean, the liberators they are, and so on. As well, about Kherson. Kherson area, all of this big part of Ukrainian land, which is occupied at this moment, becoming a #1 battlefield in this war, these days. The most tough, more hard fights, it's already going there and will be. And we will stay and encourage our guys, the military guys, our fighters, our warriors, our heroes during these days, especially these days. And we are at this moment we are in preparation. We like for the next run to help exactly military guys mostly than the civilians in that area, and we wait for confirmation which places our needs are help most. Then, so the Kherson will be, I mean, in our focus next days as well. I mean, we need to think about that. And usually we were starting from situation on the battlefields in Ukraine, and I want to switch. Yes, the Kherson is #1, will be, and it's already on this moment. But previous days, a lot of times we were talking about Bakhmut, the really hard fights there. So now you can see, you can watch this video from Bakhmut and how this city looks like. And yes, it's still under Ukrainian control. And yes, around it, really big pressure from Russian mercenaries, like a private army, and that area is attacking. It's being attacked mostly by these mercenaries. The paid soldiers, like which was hired just to kill Ukrainians in this area. So look at this. Okay, and some more news from the things we are doing with you. It is this picture we've been able to help, not now, but previous days, previous times, to help our soldiers with the radios. It's not like a high level radios, like wireless radios for, like, it's not like very secure. It cannot be used on the battlefield. There is no needed level protection, but it is important for the convoys of taking the military vehicles there during the Ukraine, and this unit had nothing. So we've been able to give them and help. You can see it, so thank you. Next. Tourniquets and the tactical medicine. We were helping, you were buying it on Amazon list. On Amazon, and it was delivered and shipped to the address in the United States, and then Pastor Greg, he brought it, transported it to Ukraine, and we were giving it to different places, delivering it to our soldiers, different units. But one of the units in Nikolaev area was not, we didn't have access that time. They were, let's say, busy, and we couldn't get to them. But we decided to, when we had information that they are in need and there is a request, so we left some of the chest seal and tourniquets and other stuff for tactical medicine. And so here we got the picture with the thanks, and you can see the tourniquets, exactly the ones you bought, the Cat 7, the tourniquets. And so thank you very much. This is what we are doing as a team. Okay, and the final thing for today. Look at these pictures. Maybe video, maybe pictures. Okay, green stuff. The trees, the grass. Yeah, I decided to share this with you. What can you see? Yes, I want, it's not a joke, this is reality. Wanted to share it. What kind of level of the work our guys, volunteers, are doing. So it's like a work for free. It's a volunteering for helping army. On this picture, you can see, or you cannot see, but you will see. There is a man in a camo suit. It's especially for snipers and other work. So I will help you. So I took some of pictures, and then I did ask, okay, man, come out a little bit to demonstrate where you are. So our volunteers requesting the pattern and sometimes even the pictures of the nature. These people in the territory, these soldiers will need these camo suits for, and then they picking up the proper colors to create a high quality camo effect. So this is our volunteers. This is what kind of work people in Ukraine are doing, and we were delivering this to the front lines, and I decided to share. And by the way, this picture was taken 5 steps from the entrance of our main storage, where we getting the staff preparing, and when we're leaving to the front lines in our trips. So thank you for standing together. What is important to share with friends, to share the reality, some news from Ukraine, and for people would know the truth, for people would see, for people would think, and maybe it will be for them it's alternative, and you will be exactly the one who will help them to get this alternative let's say source, for they could think, analyze, and then make a right decision. This is I believe what the world needs to do, to be in the light side, to be on the side of the light, and to stay for freedom, to stay for sovereignty of the countries, to stand against of aggressors and occupiers and all the imperial dreams of the empires. I mean, they believe they are empire. They believe that they need to get back their like lands, and they never had these backs in the history back. Okay, in reality, if you want to know, please check the history. I mean, the history of Ukrainian history and Russian history. But this is the second. Thank you for helping. Thank you for standing together. And greetings from Ukraine, heart from Ukraine, and good night.